Here we are playing Resident Evil 5. This is a brand new demo that we've created specifically for E3. What we're seeing here is Chris Redfield, returning hero in action. It's been 10 years since Chris was caught up in all the bad stuff that happened in Raccoon City. As you can see, over the last 10 years, Chris has been working out. He's a little buffer. Also belongs to a new organization. It's called the BSAA. And Chris has left stars behind and is working on a more global perspective. Chris has come to this town in Africa called Kijuju, and he's tracing the source of the virus back to its roots. And he's come to this small town and discovered that the population is being forcibly infected against their will by some mysterious organization. So the RE5 storyline is going to tie together elements from the entire Resident Evil series. We're in Africa following the storyline that was kind of exposed back in Resident Evil 3 and also in Resident Evil Code Veronica. So Chris has come here and he's been partnered up with a new character to the series, Sheva Alomar, who actually belongs to the African branch of BSAA. Here's Sheva here. This is showing co-op in action. So Resident Evil 5 is designed as a co-op game. At the Microsoft press briefing on Monday, we showed online co-op for the very, very first time, and people were genuinely excited. There was actually an outburst of spontaneous applause, which we found intensely gratifying. So the good news is that players will be able to connect through the PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, find each other, and jump into games and help each other out. But if you don't have a buddy or you don't feel like being social, the game is going to fill in with some pretty rock-solid AI on Sheva. You can see even at this early stage, Sheva has jumped up or has been tossed up to the area above, and she's providing cover fire for Chris while he's facing this oncoming rush of infected guys. Sheva's now come down off the rooftop, and she was actually using her AK-47 for a while to dust off these guys. But her AI is actually really smart in this non-connected co-op version. She'll be doing things like giving you ammo as she picks it up, healing you if you get into tight spots, providing cover for you, all sorts of really smart things. It'll be good for people when they're playing alone or together. This is something really exciting. We're seeing some of the destructible environments in Resident Evil 5. You no longer have to open a door and hope to God that there's not something on the other side that wants to suck your brains out through your ears. You can actually now put a few rounds through a door and see what's happening on the other side before you risk life and limb. The destructible environments, range from the very small things like boxes or piles of fruit that you can shoot at and amusingly watch roll around the environment, to larger things such as entire walls on buildings. We see on one of the other levels here when one of the bigger bad guys in the other level actually has this ginormous axe/hammer, and he can actually smash it through the walls and knock you down if you're on the other side unsuspecting. So here we're about to see another action point. Here is co-op happening. So Chris is called Sheva, and what he's going to do is he's going to toss her over to the other side. Sheva now has to work her way down the building across the street, because this building Chris and Sheva are in, the door is locked at the bottom. So as Lindsay is playing here from Chris's perspective, what he's going to have to do is first take care of that dude, and then he's going to jump down to the level below. He's going to switch over to his sniper rifle. He's actually going to provide cover fire for Sheva on the other side. And that's a satisfying explosion. Now, Sheva she's a very good shot. She's a tough cookie on her own, but she can be quickly overwhelmed by the hordes of infected that are pouring up through the stairway. So if Lindsay could actually get a headshot, clearly we need to play some more, he could be taking these guys down. So you can see he's a major assist to Sheva here, and you can see how this is going to work out in co-op. So now that Sheva's kind of cleared out the room a little bit with Lindsay's assistance, she's actually going to run downstairs because she needs to come help Chris get the door open on the other side. So Lindsay's now going to run Chris Redfield downstairs, and he'll be able to provide cover fire for Sheva from the bottom floor. You'll see he'll actually be able to stick his gun out through the vents here and help pick off any bad guys who come along while Sheva's working her magic. There's some more destructible stuff, and Lindsay's lining up on that barrel. You gotta love those explosions. Sheva's going to be running down momentarily, and she's going to be helping Lindsay here by actually shooting the lock off that door. That door is, you can't get through on this side because it's locked on the outside right there. And Sheva is going to wander down, and oh, that's not good. Lindsay's going up for a little up-close knifing action. Yes, bullets always work better. Here she comes. Shoot it, baby. There she goes. There she goes. She's actually tough enough to kick a lock off a door. That's not something you usually see. So Lindsay's now going to head right up these stairs and make his way to freedom.